It's interesting because I love what you're talking about. I mean, I was just processing, I actually took a note on it because it's like the idea of student loan debt coming into picture. This, and even the implication it has on rate and the total debt, and they have these blended rate situations. I think frame of reference is really relevant. And this kind of goes into Benjamin Hardy and Dan Sullivan's gap in the gain a little bit, where it's like, are you measuring against an ideal or are you measuring from where you came? Right? I think you, Scott, have a great frame of reference because you've actually been doing this. You stayed in it pre-crash. You're still here. You're doing your thing, right? You've originated through challenges. You've originated through booms. You've done content through all of it, right? And so your frame of reference is vast, right? And I think a lot of people coming into this, they forget pre-2021 and they go, oh, what the hell? The rates are out of control. What do I do? And it's like, yeah. But I mean, let's zoom out 30 years.
Oh, yeah. When I got into the market at the in the late 90s, early 2000s, that refinance boom was pulling people out of 9 3/4 interest rates and getting them into 7 3/4 interest rates. And they were doing backflips. They were like so happy that the market went that direction. It's like this stuff is cyclical and we tend to, but again, every time there's chaos, there's opportunity. And the opportunity is twofold. The opportunity is one, your peers that are just wallowing in the fact that things aren't the way they always used to be. So they're living in the past and they're just frustrated and angry. And then it's taking the time to pause and figure out how this is impacting my customer and where are my customers' pain points. Now, our prospect pool is smaller, but they have bigger problems. And they're looking for solutions. So when you can identify what those solutions and what those opportunities and those challenges are, everybody, the numbers have been kind of going around a little bit. It was something like 40 or 50,000 originators didn't renew their license in 2022, and they're expecting it's going to be something close to that in 2023. There's a lot of people. Now, those weren't seasoned professionals. Those were people that popped into the refi boom, and they were refi people. You have to pivot a little bit, Preston. You got to, you can't be a refinance loan officer in today's market. You can't be a transactionally minded loan officer in today's market. What I'm trying to tell everybody, and the most practical thing that I can give somebody in terms of mindset and setting your expectations, this is a market for building your database, because whoever has the biggest database with the highest trust wins when this market shifts. And rates don't have to go down for this market to shift. They just have to stop being volatile. Like, they can stay at 7% for 30 days straight, and you're going to see a 15% spike in applications.
100%. Well, and this goes into what Warren Buffett says, I'm paraphrasing, so I don't want to butcher this, but it's some version of everybody sees who's naked when the tide goes out, right? And I think that there's an element of this to where this is how we coach our members in our program. You can build, there's a lot of people build a business for a boom. You need to really build a business for a bust, right? So let's say that you build, and because this is not about taking your foot off the gas just because it got easy. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see loan officers do from a business strategy standpoint. It's like, oh, I got too many apps that I can't handle all this. I don't even need to invest in my business growth. What? It's not going to be like this forever. What are you doing to systematize to make sure that when rates go up, you still have this kind of activity, right? Like, if you don't want, so many people complain about this being a roller coaster ride. Yeah, well, you're riding it like a roller coaster. Like, stop playing the game that way. Run it like a business. Be an entrepreneur and a business owner instead of an operator who's just got his head down, seeing one foot in front of him at a time. It's like, you need to get ahead of this shit. And what you do in a recession will work just well, if not better, in a boom. Yep. But it is absolutely not the other way around, right? And so, in your situation, how you're talking about this, it really reminds me of that. It's like you have to be able to you have to be able to stand tall in these times. You have to be able to represent the people that need to be represented in these times, you know, so that you actually have ground to stand on.